That looks like Toddy from HGL Excavations.
Is that Toddy from HGL Excavations, Hawkesbury's local mini excavation services?
I think it is.
Does he do land clearing, general excavation work, rock wall construction, and does he also have 32 years experience?
Certainly does.
He's got a post hole digger and a rock breaker, plus a hydraulic thumb that can pick anything from anywhere.
Wow, this guy's awesome. How long, what'd you say, how many years experience does he have?
32 years, mate. He was born with the controls in his hands, so he can't get any more experience than that. I think he's only 33.
Yeah, he was playing with his Tonka trucks at first.
Yeah, that's it. So if you need any mini excavation services, or any, I think you could get a bigger machine if you had to, but give him a ring on
0428 995 471.
That's 0428 995 471. And tell him
the Raw SOS
sent ya.
Yeah.
Woo!
Two brothers on the piss, having a blast, drinking, chatting, talking shit. It's a podcast. Pour a drink, pull up a chair, lots of laughs and stories to share.
And welcome to episode 6 of the Raw SOS Podcast. We are the Rawsons.
And it's Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th. We are the Rawsos. I'm Wes.
And I'm Adam. How we going, everyone?
And episode 6. In our normal segments, we've got the complaints department. We've got chuck it in the fucking bucket. We've got superstitions. We've got a recap of last week with what's his name?
Metho Man.
I think Adam's been drinking Metho already. So
stick around.
We have Confessions with Dave Grohl. And don't forget, it's spooky time.
Friday the 13th. And yes, this should be coming out to you on Sunday.
It must be a full moon out there because we are crazy. Woo!
Yeah, and stick around, have a good time, people.
Raw SOS, episode 6.
Yeah, number 6. Far out. Fuck, we're doing these episodes quick, aren't we?
We must just start episode 7 right now.
Yeah, we're churning them out.
And we're back for episode 6, Adam. How you been, mate?
Oh, pretty good, mate. Just, we're actually recording on Friday the 13th.
Yes. Oh, that's pretty scary. Anyway, we got a drink here today. What are we drinking?
We're drinking Bloody Marys.
Bloody Marys. Let's get into it. Oh, that's spicy.
Oh, that's bloody.
That's Bloody Mary. And I've got the Tabasco. And I even put the, I went all out and bought the celery salt, chucked that in on the top. And you can stick a celery there if you chuck it up from the cameras. Woohoo!
Yeah.
Episode 6. Let's go. The Raw SOS are back. And it's a pretty short turnaround from last week. So it's only been 6 days since we've had a yarn before this. So we're back and we are recording on Friday the 13th. Whoa. Oh, shit. That sounds like you every Sunday morning after the Saturday night session.
Well, at least Wes is sort of thinking about us a bit, every time lately he's been bringing out the fruit juices, like the Harvey Warbanger, and this time it's the Bloody Mary, so at least it's got vitamin C, so it'll make us feel a lot better than
I'm looking after you. I did put 2 shots of fucking vodka in it with it.
But yeah, we've got some new signs. Wes actually bought some new signs for...
yes. Yeah. So what does that one say over there, Adam?
It says, please don't do coke in the bathroom.
What are you going to do in the kitchen?
Stop thinking and start drinking. Right, so we condone mixing your drinks and having a good time. Also, so what sort of superstitions do you guys believe in? Is there anything out there? Just throw it on our...
I've got one.
You've got...
Don't run out of toilet paper while you're taking a shit.
Oh, yeah, that's going back to like the Clint Eastwood toilet paper trick.
The one sheet of toilet paper. But there's that. And there's also like the old ones. Don't walk under a ladder and don't look at a black cat. But
isn't Friday the 13th the major superstition? It's one of them anyway.
I don't know. But I reckon it's all bullshit, to be honest.
Yeah, but they say on Friday the 13th, don't wear black. So what happens to all the roadies and musicians that wear black? It's like, must be our party day.
Yeah, that's their day off. Yeah. But if you see a black cat under a ladder, fucking run, all right?
So, yeah, but anyway, 666 is superstition. But what happens if you turn 666 upside down? It's 999.
Oh, 69.
Anyway, moving away from the superstitions part.
Yeah, fuck that off. Whoa.
Well, that's pretty good. That's epic.
We have an official complaint. We have an official complaint in the complaints
We've
department
got
today.
2 complaints this week.
Oh, well, we have an official one, and it's from my wife.
All right, let's go.
Yeah,
What is
so
it?
I'm just going to talk about. I don't know what she said because she just sent me a voice message, and I don't know what it is. And I'll probably just because I think I said something about last week about me.
Oh, that's right. Yes, you did
cabbage.
say
I said,
something.
"Oh, ladies out there,
You're in
don't worry."
shit.
And then my wife listened to it. She's like, "What do you mean, all the ladies out there?" Blah, blah, blah. So she's now sent me a voice message, and I'm just going to tee it up here. I have not listened to it because I wanted it to be.
All right, here we go. Wes is going to be in shit. He's
Authentic,
going to be sleeping in this shed.
I'm going to be sleeping on the fucking streets after this one. Yeah. So, yeah, I am a happily married man, and it was just a tone of speech that I had.
It was just after you had too much of that Ray Gun vodka. It was Ray Gun gin. Ragu gin.
Ah, here it is, righty. All right.
Okay, so this is the wife. What the fuck does the ladies need to be okay about when it comes to your fucking herpes lip cabbage? Like, are you trying to reassure the women of the world that they're not going to get herpes when they suck on your bits? Who are you trying to reassure? I'm your fucking wife. That's a bit fucking weird. Let me reassure you, Sonny Jim, that there'll be nobody needing to be worried about the state of your lips and bits. They don't need to be worried about their lips and bits. So let's just call it a day and just go get some Zavirax and let everybody just live their lives without knowing about your herpes. Because you are a herpes carrier, and nobody really needs to know about that. So let's just keep that a secret. But we can't because you've just told the whole fucking world. We don't need to reassure anybody of Wes's herpes. Herpes.
Oh, dickhead. That's why I married her, because she's a good sport, mate. She's on board, mate. She's on board the Raw SOS Podcast.
Sharing the lip cabbage together.
No, she hasn't got any, mate. She hasn't. We've been together for like 12 years and I have not shared it. So Sharon's caring. I was trying to give her some, but it wouldn't let me. No, that's one thing I don't want to share. It's fucked. But anyway, that's the complaints part. Adam's got a complaint today as well.
Oh, yeah. I got, one of our mates said, we swore too much in the last episode. Yeah.
Fuck that.
Yeah, every second word was fuck this, fuck that, fuck. And anyway, so we're going to try and calm the fucks down.
Yeah.
We're going to try and calm the fuck down.
I'm actually going to put myself in the complaints department for last week because we had all this stuff sort of loaded, ready to go for a big episode last week. And it was the fresh mountain air that actually got to me. And I got a little bit too inebriated and passed out. And then Adam decided to do a little bit of a lonesome podcast. We listened back. We might put that on Patreon when we eventually. But
yeah, it was
funny
pretty bad
stuff there. Yeah, it was some funny stuff there. But no, if you come back for episode 6, we thank everyone for listening.
Sticking around.
Stick around, keep going.
We said, we're fine tuning a few things. And like maybe we'll try not to say fuck as much this time around. But
no, we won't.
Probably we'll have to get. I reckon we'll get the pickle back out again. I like that pickle.
No, we'll just get the whip, and I'll just whip you. Whip my brother's ass.
So what do we got in Chuck It in the Fuck It bucket this week?
Chuck It in the Fuck It bucket. Oh, today, if anyone was in Sydney today.
Hold on, I've got the bucket sound now. I've actually downloaded a sound for it. I don't know if I'm going to find it, if it's going to be the right one, but we'll just see.
I think it needs a mopping bucket. A spill kit.
Yeah, so that wasn't the right.
That's the new fart sound, by the way. So you've heard it first on the Raw SOS Podcast, the new fart sound.
We'll give that another go. Hold on.
Oh, we're such children.
But yeah, anyway, so what do you got in the Chuck and the Fucker buck? Where's it on?
Today, if anyone was stuck on the M4, oh my gosh, it was ridiculous. There was apparently a police operation. We don't know what it was. We're not going to talk about what it was, but there was some bloke just in a bit of trouble. Anyway, I'm like, all right, well, I'm not going the import. Sweet. But then you go the M7 and every fucking asshole's on the M7 anyway. So it was the same shit fight. Yes. Stop fucking around with the buttons. So that's going in the bucket today. And the fact is, I reckon if you're on the M7 and it's a car park, you should get it for half price. It'd be $10 to get that stretch of road, and I sat there, it was a car park.
Yeah, no, that's just, it's ridiculous. Like,
I think we whinge about the roads and the tolls every fucking week.
No, we do. Podcast. That's part of it. But I've got one for the chuck at the fucker bucket this week is subscription fatigue. Like, seriously, I forget how many things I'm subscribed to, and then all of a sudden I look at my bank account getting drained. I'm like, oh, fuck, I was meant to cancel that one. I totally forgot about that. I signed up a year ago and it's just taking the money out.
I've got that much shit.
And it's like, and then it goes little dribs and drabs, and then all of a sudden there's more come, there's more gone out. I'm like, oh, fuck, why didn't I cancel it? I'm not even using that app anymore. So, yeah, I think it's just getting a bit fucking crazy these days.
I think I got a few more since we started this podcast. So there's a couple of like those AI things and all this other shit that I don't need. And then last week, actually, it was $130 came in my account for fishing addiction membership. I'm like, fuck, I like fishing, but I should have cancelled that last year. And they just smacked me.
Oh, talk about fishing. I had this like experience when I was like, must have been about like probably 11 years old or something. And I had this blow up boat. So I used to go out with a blow up boat in floods and all sorts of stuff over the years.
Don't do that, kids. That's stupid.
No, and it wasn't one of those blow up boats that that was designed for rapids. It's actually one of those ones you buy from Kmart for like $30. And
it's basically a blow up mattress.
Yeah, well, I got it for Christmas. I'm like, yeah, sweet. I'm gonna go like, here, son, have this. My mum bought it for me, and I'm like, all right, sweet. Back down to waiting for the floods to come. Let's go. And so, but yeah, that's a story I tell you. Like we drove, like we couldn't drive then. Well, I did actually, because Dad used to take us out in the bush paddy bashing, but at 11. But yeah, anyway, besides, that's another story. But we went down, we seen it floods, let's go after school. And I was with my mate, he only had one lung. And so he had lung surgery, had his lung taken out, so he couldn't breathe properly. And I said, yeah, this is heaps of fun. We're going for these rapids, and there's like seriously shit floating past us, like, because it like overflowed the sewage system and stuff. And we're just paddling through, and then we're at like New Dunhaven Road, people are waving to us. We're just paddling around this bushland. Next thing you know, these rapids come in, and there's like star pickets hanging out there, and we're like, yeah, this is heaps of fun.
On a $20 blow up boat, or $10 blow up boat.
Anyway, so we come down and like, this is fun, because we're normally going, like, that's where we grew up. We were just like, we knew the bushland, and so it was a lot of grass paddocks and stuff. But there's logs floating through there and all this kind of stuff. And then next thing you know, we got to this real thick part of the creek, and it was full on rapid. So we're just paddling, and my mate's got one lung, so he's like trying to get across, and that we got across finally. And then we're just sort of paddling over the golf course, and there was no bridge from Dunhaven Road, which is out in Warrington. There's no bridge then, so you could like North St. Mary. So we'd have to have walked all the way back to St. Mary's station and get the train back, and then come back up to where we lived. And I said, no, we just got to paddle across this creek, man. It was like, seriously, it was full on rapids, and we got through. And
what the fuck were you thinking?
Fuck, I was 11 years old, 12 years old. Like, you know, I didn't give a shit. We just had no fear. We had no fear. And then the next time, I went out with my other mate.
Did you become a drain baby?
Yeah. No, that's the next story. But so we went up to was at Oberon Dam, and it was like 200. The dam's 200 foot deep or 250 foot deep. It's massive because it's built in the mountains, and it's like flooded valleys and stuff when they built the dam. And so the water is that cold. It's ice cold. If just under this, even if it was summer, on a few feet down, it's ice cold water. You just you're drowning there if you follow that. So we decided to go, right, we're going to get the blow up boat out. We had like patches all over it where they're little pierce holes and stuff. And
sounds safe, yeah.
So we were like, all right, we're going to get across this. We're going to get across this dam. But we had our fishing tackle box in there with all hooks and bits and pieces, and our fishing rod, knife and our fishing rods, and we're just throwing it out out of the blow up boat, and we're paddling across Oberon Dam, we're doing the lure, like with the lures, like we're fishing with the lures, trying to catch some trout. And we paddled across to the other side of Trawl and Oberon Dam, right? And we got to the other side, and we're like, okay, then we've done a bit of fishing and that, and then we decided to paddle back across to the other side of the dam where we started from. Next thing you know, the old man's coming down. That's where he's originally from, and we pop in the ute down the golf course, screaming, hanging out of the ute, going, "You fucking kids,
You dickheads, get back in!"
Oh, got me ass whipped for that one, I tell you. Right, and I look back at that stuff, like, what crazy shit did you do when you were a kid? You know,
that just reminded me of a story, right? So it was me, Matt, and Jamie. We wanted to go camping. And we're in Oberon, and it was middle of winter. And like, "You're not going camp, not going camp." "Yeah, we're going camp. And anyway, so we set up right down. We walk through the golf course, set up our tents, and then it was like, got to about 6. Can you stop chewing on that fucking ice cube in the microphone?
Well, no, it's coming through the microphone. Eh?
Sound like you were fucking sucking on a dildo. But anyway, yeah, we set up the camp, and we're sitting there going, "All right, what do we do now?" And it was like about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Middle of winter, so it was starting to get a little bit dark, and then it started to get cold. It started fucking freezing. By about 6, we'd packed up. We fucking walked home. The next day, we had a full layer of fucking snow over the whole place, and we're like, "Thank fuck we came home," because it was freezing at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Like, imagine middle of the night when it's snowing. We camped his tent.
Did you have a bloody sleeping bag? Or?
Well, we had a sleeping bag, but not like a good one. Probably would have been better off using your blow up boat as a sleeping bag, because it
probably would have been better using the blow up doll.
Yeah, we took two tins of baked beans. And then we didn't have a fire going or anything. We're just sleeping on the side of the bloody Oberon Dam, and then it fucking snowed. It was
Do you remember that? Remember that story? Jamie and Mark walked from like Mount Victoria in the Blue Mountains to Oberon just to go and see the grandparents.
That's 60 something k's, 70 k's through like these windy roads down Mount Victoria, and then
it's
it took
like it's
48
Blue
hours.
Mountains. It's like, if you haven't listened to the previous, we talk about Blue Mountains and where we're from and all that kind of stuff. But Blue Mountains is just full country, like, and when you get from Mount Vic down, and it's the Great Dividing Range in Australia, and they didn't take any water with them. Like they didn't have. They just had their shirt. Their clothes.
They were trying to hitchhike, and then they finally got to. They walked and walked and walked. They slept on the side of the road. And then there was a pub sort of halfway in the middle. I can't remember what it was called.
Hampton Pub.
Hampton, yeah. And then they went and asked someone there if they could get a lift into Oberon, and they asked a couple of truck drivers. Truck drivers said, "No, we can't. We're not going that way," or blah, blah, blah. And then they kept walking and walking and walking. And then finally, with about 2 k's to go,
they slept overnight.
It slept overnight on the side of the road, fucking hugging each other. And then finally, with 2 k's to go, someone picked them up, gave them a lift just outside of Oberon.
And the thing with Oberon in winter, even summer, like it has snowed back in the day before we have the global warming thing that's happening. But
bullshit.
Yeah. But yeah, like it can get really cold at night. It doesn't matter what season it is. So if they're walking in winter, they would have already froze to death. But
you know what they needed? Crazy. You know what they needed to warm themselves up with was a bit of Metho.
A bit of Brokeback Mountain.
No, they needed a bit of Metho. So this is taking us into this new segment we've got now, right? Well, it's probably going to be a one-off, but
yeah,
we have from last week's podcast, Adam came out with this story of a friend or someone that he knew that used to drink Metho and mix it with Sprite. So I was looking it up, and we've all been looking up this week. There's a thing on here, right, where it's an actual thing. A lot of people drink Metho. And this was in New Zealand.
Yeah, so this guy's called, we had a good name for him. Like he called himself Metho Man. Like,
yeah, Metho Man, right? That's your mate, Metho Man, right? So I found this a news documentary, like a news segment on Metho Man. Just got it sent. Just looking for it now, and here it is. This is in New Zealand. This is going back about 10 years ago or something. So apparently people drink Metho all the time, right? So just listen to this, right?
There's been a sharp rise in the number of methylated spirits drinkers in Christchurch, according to those who work to help them. One poisons expert now wants a national review to see how widespread the problem is and a possible ban on sales of the substance. Juliet Speedy reports.
Drinking meth is not new to alcoholics, but it's the recent rise in those drinking it that's worrying experts.
We've had more clients presenting in the last 4 weeks that are daily drinkers of meth than what we've had for some time.
It's fucked.
The reason is economics, as one regular user told us.
It's all I can afford at the time. If I've got no money, that's all I can buy.
The sometimes methyl ingredient methanol was taken out of meths in 2007.
So they changed the taste of
replaced
it.
with a strong bittering agent to try and
They put VB in it.
drinking it.
Make it
For
taste like
those
shit.
seeking a cheap and fast buzz, the taste becomes irrelevant.
It gives you a buzz and it stops me from having seizures.
They use
fuck.
mostly orange juice to take the flavour off it because the bitterness of
Harvey Warbanger.
tends to mask the bitterness of it, and it just makes it more palatable.
More
The director of the
palatable.
National Poison Centre is calling for a nationwide review to see how widespread meth drinking is.
And see how many people are presenting to emergency departments and treatment centres, and then refer this to the Environmental Risk Management Authority.
Temple says if the usage is high, it may be worth adding other agents or banning the sale of meths
There's
altogether.
a vodka in
At
it.
the end of the day, human health is, if that's at risk, then we'd have to look at withdrawing it.
A big blow to those cleaning a whiteboard, but not to those drinking it, or the already stretched social services who are dealing with them.
So
Juliet.
we've had a problem with meth, like that you smoke, like the drug. Now, like this is back in the day, the meth.
It was methylated
spirits. So then I had a thought, let's see how far we can go with this, right? So then I said to Adam, can you get, and stop fucking crunching on that celery. So we've come up with a song. We got our good mate AI to write this song. So have a listen to this song, and I think this is going to go viral, mate. This is the best song ever, right? This is called Metho Man.
Metho Man, legend.
Metho Man, oh Metho Man, he didn't drink like any other man. To the bottle shop, nah, that's too grand. He took a trip to Bunnings Land. Forget the beer, forget the wine. He said methylated spirits, now that's divine. From the hardware aisle straight to his lips. Who needs a bar when you got these sips? Metho Man,
Metho Man.
buying Bonnie's booze the only way he can.
Bunnings Booze.
Metho Man, living on fumes. With a can in his hand. The staff would shout, mate, that's not for drinking. He'd say, don't judge me, I'm just thinking. It's cheaper than whiskey, smoother than rum. Plus it gets me buzzed, so give me some. Friday nights were quite the scene. He'd hit the aisles, living the dream. With a sausage sizzle in his hand, he was the legend.
Metho Man.
Metho Man.
Metho Man.
Buying Bonnie's booze the only way he can. Metho Man, living on fumes with a can
In his hand.
Oh, but one day it all went wrong. Too many fumes, too damn strong. His liver said, mate, I'm done, that's it. And Metho Man took his final sip. Rest in peace, oh Metho Man. No more Bunnings runs, no more cans. You soared too close to the flame, but in our hearts you'll always remain. Metho Man. Metho Man, Metho Man. Buying Bonnie's booze the only way he can. Metho Man, living on fumes with a can in his hand. Oh.
Go Metho Man.
How good is Metho Man? I love that song, man.
It's a classic.
We're going to have to record it, and we're putting T-shirts out with Metho Man T-shirts, care of the Raw SOS Podcast.
Yeah,
this
Metho
is
Man.
going viral.
Yeah, bloody oath
Oh,
it is.
Metho Man. And yeah, life doesn't treat you well when you've been on Metho for that long. Imagine going into rehab. What have you been drinking?
Metho, mate.
Metho,
Metho, man.
oh wow! I don't know where to go from there, but I've like Metho. You've got all these sort of shit, and then one of our mates, he did message me and said he went to Metho Man's house, and he said all the bottles of whiskey and stuff that were on the shelf at his parents' house were all, he'd changed them all to tea, so he didn't get in trouble with his parents. But then what they had to drink was graffiti remover. So instead of drinking the Metho, I had no Metho, I ran out of Metho, and then all the bottles of on the shelf were tea. Yeah, graffiti remover. Said he had one drink of it and he was fucked.
Didn't you do that with your ex-stepfather? Like fill the bottles with tea?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, but I didn't drink Metho. No,
No, you didn't drink. You didn't drink Metho, but you were like sneaking the whiskeys and.
Yeah, we did. He used to draw a line on the label, like a little texter line, and then I'd like, all right, take 2 nips out of that, just top it up with water. You wouldn't know any fucking different. Oh, I remember one time, right, where there was a beer in the fridge, right, and we didn't really like this guy. Anyway, so there was a beer. We cracked the lid. One of our mates, cracked the lid off it, tipped out about 200 mil out of it, the beer, pissed in it, put the lid back on it, stuck it back in the door of the fridge, and I watched this beer for about 3 months. It hadn't moved. It was just, I don't know, it was one random beer in the fridge. He had another fridge out the other side of the house, and then finally one day it went,
oh, no way.
he drank the piss. But like going through Metho and all that sort of stuff, I've got like pretty bad bloody dandruff, and Mrs. being a hairdresser says, you got to wash your hair in vinegar, right? So I was like, well, a couple of weeks ago, I went, all right. So put me head over the bathtub, and she poured like half a bottle of vinegar on me head and like scrubbing it in. The next thing you know, the vinegar starts dripping into my eyeballs, I was like, oh, man. It was like burning. I'm like, stop. There's a video of me there. I have to post it up. But yeah, don't wash your hair in vinegar and don't drink fucking Metho. So, yeah, that's Metho, man.
Maybe you should wash your hair in Metho and drink vinegar.
Maybe, yeah. Yeah, exactly right. Drink vinegar. We used to do this weird thing too with ham, like Christmas ham. So you just get a bowl of vinegar. Jamie again. I'm talking about Jamie again. And you cut all the Christmas ham up and just chuck it in a bowl of brown vinegar and then just eat it. It was fucking unreal.
Mm.
Christmas ham and vinegar. And then he'd put tomatoes and then drink the whole bowl of vinegar after. He would.
I mean, like apple cider vinegar is good
No,
for you.
apple cider is brown vinegar.
Yeah, well, that's just like drinking Metho. But
how funny is this one? Back on the vinegar chat, Will, he was, this was a few years ago, he's like, look, I heard apple cider vinegar is good for you, So you so what you're supposed to do is put a teaspoon of apple cider vinegar in a cup of water every day, mix it around. He just got a litre bottle, cracked the lid, glug, 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 cracked the whole fucking, and drank like pretty much half of this litre bottle of apple cider vinegar, and it instantly just went blah.
Oh, no
everywhere.
way. That's fucked up.
Isn't he supposed to have a teaspoon or
didn't he snort chili? You've done a chili challenge as well.
Yeah, that was a long time ago, man. We're probably like 18, 19.
I can't believe he's did that. He's like, they done a chili challenge. They cut up chilies. And they made a bet was their band. Your band, wasn't it?
That was before the band.
It was before the band. They put it up on YouTube and stuff years ago. We'll have to find it. We'll post it up on the socials.
Will snorted one of those little baby chilies. We chopped it fine up there and went like that. And he was fucked.
Did he have the seeds and all that?
Everything. The whole lot. And he didn't just do one. He went like 3 good snorts of this chili, and it's on YouTube, and it's probably had about 7 views. So, well worth it.
It's gone viral. All right.
Well worth it. But that was pretty much. But
yeah, I was just like on like another note, or just stories that just sort of come that's totally different. But do you remember the time I'm going to set the scene here. Like we just had a big burn off where where I'm living at the moment. So big bushfires and stuff happening. Like they're burning off so we don't get the bushfires. But the sky was red the other night and there's smoke everywhere and stuff. And it basically reminded me of the time that you and I went down. We went down the coast at Christmas.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah. So I had this XNRMA ute and it was just 2-seater. And I normally had a mattress in the back. And this time I thought, I'm going down to Dad's house. So I'm just going to take the mattress out and it's fine, pick Wes up and off we went. Anyway, so this time the weather was really like hot and there was a lot of bushfires going on. And
I remember that.
Yeah, and so when we got down, as we were driving down, we're going down between Picton and Wollongong. There's just bushfires flying everywhere, and you could see them. You could see the smoke, you could see flames, and then we got down to Nowra. They had the road shut off. We couldn't get in there. That was it. It was like we couldn't get further to. We were going to Sanctuary Point. And so we got stuck in there, and we seen Dad's wife drive past, and we skateboarded down. We seen her.
The whole road was closed off, so we couldn't get through, and we're stuck at South.
The
Nowra.
Princess Highway was shut, and we knew that that she'd picked up a carton of beer for Dad, and she was going to be stuck there all night. So we decided to skateboard down the Princess Highway. Mm. Went past these dudes. Remember those dudes in the
in the combi
smoking weed?
They're like, yeah, bro.
We're just weaving in between the cars. They're just having a mad time and that. And then so we managed to score a 6-pack, I think it was.
Yeah, a hot 6-pack. And then the only thing that because Macca's was even closed back then. They didn't have a 24-hour Macca's. But so we went and parked up out front of KFC. So they opened KFC up. So we get, this is Christmas Day, and they opened KFC up, and we drank the 6-pack, and then we started talking to those Italian people, and they were giving us shots of bloody whiskey and whatever they would drink. I don't even know what it was.
We ended up like sleeping up, and we slept. I think I slept in the back of the back of the ute with no mattress.
Yeah,
and then the next day, like we went up to the lookout in at Nowra. It was like near the Air Force, the Navy base, and we could see this massive flame of fire. Went all the way. It was pretty bad. It was like went all the way through to Huskisson, and so we just had to wait. We couldn't go back because all the back of
through Kangaroo Valley
everything was cooked. Everything was like it was.
We probably would have made it back, but we were already down there. We're like, just stay here.
So we kind of like waited. We went up there, and then we went back to Nowra and in the morning, and it was still shut. So I said, "All right, what are we going to do? Let's go to Currong." So we went out to
Greenwell Point.
It was a Greenwell Point, out there, and we went and hired a boat.
You went fishing,
and then we get a phone call. Oh, the road's open, and then. We're like, oh, well, we're fishing. We get back, and then the road was closed again.
I know. And then we got stuck there till that night, and then they finally let us through.
Yeah, and then we went, as we were free, it looked like a war zone going through the roads. I had these decoys and stuff, like the parts of the road were damaged and stuff. And then we got to Sanctuary Point, and there was no power.
Remember? Yeah, the whole place was shut down. So they had a big mound of ice. Someone just dumped this big mound of ice.
That sounds like Kingswood.
Yeah. They just dump it at the train station. This was free ice. So this big mound of ice, like it would have been 7-8 foot tall. So you just go in there with your shovels and your eskies and just load up. I don't even know where it came from, but it's just like fucking come and load up your ice. So we all
load up your ice.
Load up on your ice, mate. We've got our needles out. We fucking got on the junk. No, we didn't. Right? It's fucking comedy. But anyway, we did get the ice cubes and put them in an esky, and we took them back.
It's the only way we could keep anything cold because the power was out for like 3 days.
Yeah, this is our Christmas Day. So then I was pretty young. I think I was 16. I was supposed to go to work on the day after Boxing Day because I was mowing lawns or fucking doing something. I was mowing lawns, and that's our busiest time of year, summer. So you can't have you're not allowed to have holidays at that time of year. I was working for a big company doing the big stuff. I was like, all right, I'm just on the whip. Anyway, so we had that big night, and that's when we first met Scotty. You heard Scotty on a podcast the night before. First time he met me, I was in my dad's house, and I was literally
Dad and Pop's house.
At Pop's house, I was literally urinating on the fridge. And he's like, "Oh, right." I was like 16 years old, pissing on the fridge.
Yeah, that was a munted bloody Christmas.
Yeah, and then there was a bed, like we had beds like lounges and mattresses and shit. And then I was on the bed. Jamie comes back into this again. I was on the bed and he goes, pushes me off the bed. And I said, that's my bed. I was already passed out. And then he goes, no, it's my bed. I said, fuck you, it's my bed. Next thing I go, whack, he punches me. And then he goes and sleeps in the car, in the back seat of the car. And then I walked out and he's like, fuck you. And then we started punching on in the front yard. Just going stupid. I'm a 16-year-old fucking kid. But
I think Scotty rocked up when you were doing that too.
Yeah, that's all when it all kicked off. I was pissing on the fridge and and punching my cousin. And
far out, man. That's hectic.
Then, I rang my boss on the 27th because that was Boxing Day. And Boxing Day night, 27th. So look, I've been stuck in these bushfires. Anyway, get back to work on the 28th. And then they fucking sacked me. They said, oh, well, everyone else just seemed to got back okay. And I said, well, mate, I was there. I left Penrith on Christmas Day, slept on the highway on fucking Christmas night. I wasn't turning around coming back. I couldn't.
Yeah.
It was too the highway was way different back then.
Yeah. No,
in the fucking 1920s.
Funny times, eh?
Yeah, funny times. But
I've got another, moving into something else here, I think I'd love to cover before we have a break. Funny band names. Do you have any funny band names, Wes? Like that like bands like,
No.
Well, there's a band.
Not off the top of my head.
Well, today I was like cleaning out the shower. Like we've got this shower. It's got like
too much jizz in the.
No. It's got like a little square tile. It's not like your normal drain. So I'm like, why is the water filling up? And I'm like, okay. So I got a little thing in there, and I flipped up because there's a tile was sitting over top of this drain. I'm like, it's the weirdest drain. It's because it's a modern thing they're doing now. Anyway,
it's a tile piece.
Yeah, a tile piece in there, and I pulled up, and this big chunk of hair came out. I'm like, ugh, and I just sort of
a whole dreadlock.
No, I haven't washed my hair in though. I don't wash my hair very often, so it wasn't my hair. And my hair's nearly grey anyway. So, and I'm like, oh, I'm leaving that putting that to the side. And anyway, the drain sort of cleared up after that, and then it reminded me of this band like when I was a music promoter back in the day. They were called the Drain Babies.
The Drain Babies.
And I said to them, how did you get that name? And they said to me, well, they said they all shared a house, and one of their mates had to clean the drain out, and found
all the spoof hair.
And then I'm like, oh fuck, all right, now I know what that fucking band name come from. But like seriously, there's bands like Guttermouth, like they say it all, man. Like,
I've got another confession to make.
Dave Grohl has a confession to make. So the last thing on the news, I seen Dave Grohl. He's fathered a child and out of wedlock. And
whoa,
so it was like 9 months ago.
What confessions do you have to make?
Oh, but he's a rock and roll star. He probably just got stuck in the moment. But seriously, like, pull out, dude.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe just like the condom broke or something. Like fucking.
Yeah, I don't know, man. But he said, "Oh, I'm gonna, regain the trust from my marriage and blah blah blah." But
how old is he now?
Oh, he'd be 50 something.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I think it'd be hard enough to like. Hard to have a baby at that age. Like, fucking hell.
He's not having the baby. He's not a seahorse.
Yeah, well, there's a band called Guttermouth that had a song called "I Don't Want a Baby." So yeah, I know. Fuck, maybe we should cue that song up.
This is the Guttermouth song. So I don't want a baby. That's it. That's Guttermouth. I don't want a baby.
Maybe
apparently he said he does want the baby. So Dave Grohl is the king of rock and roll as we speak. Like other than all the other dinosaurs, but
his missus is hot. Why would you even bother going anywhere else?
Sex, drugs, and rock and roll. Well, what else could you do? But no, he's happily married. He should be staying at home. He just flies missus out on a private jet for the night to have a fuck.
Yeah, well, isn't that what Tay-Tay did with her husband?
Oh, I don't know if Dave Grohl fucked Tay-Tay's husband. Probably. Potato. But anyway, yeah, she won a whole heap of awards the other day, and congratulations. She's won that with the spare billions that she's got. So everything's fine with that. But I don't know. I think Dave Grohl needs to just cop onto yourself, mate. Pull out. Pull out, mate.
Like,
Pull out.
Talking about, like, you know.
Have
like,
some self-control, son.
Yeah.
Fuck me. What are you doing? Just don't leave it in there. Take it out.
He should have learnt by now, you know?
You think so? Fuck me.
Fuck, man. Like, seriously, you think he would have learnt by now? Like, fucking, he's what is he like? I think he's like 56 or 57 or something like that.
He must be pushing 60. I don't know.
Oh, well, you know, but just look like that big chugger. How many kids has he got, man?
Probably 4 million. He's probably got more than that
guy that we talked about in the first or second episode or whatever. But yeah, like, you know, getting into like that kind of, you know, adult talk. And I just remember this funny fucking
Dave Grohl's 55, by the way.
Oh, 55. So 55. I kind of gave him a few more years. And
55
you know,
still shooting the good ones, mate.
Yeah, well, at least it's still working, mate. You know, good on you. Well done. Give us your tips, mate. Keep
fucking have millions.
Anyway, so I was just thinking, like, on that kind of, you know, the sex topic we're talking about. I remember, like, you know, as we're teenagers and that, you know, hormones are going nuts and, you know, trying to figure out what a dicks are for and shit like that. And I found, like, somehow got my hand on a porno and a porno videotape, VHS. And I fucking scratched all the labels off so, like, mum wouldn't find it and stuff. And anyway, my mates come up to me and said, oh, have you got a porno we can borrow? So, because we, like, our friend's going to act it out in front of us and we just they want to copy it.
What?
Know?
They're going to act it out in front of your mates?
Yeah, this couple were going to act it out. At least,
oh, shit.
And I gave him this
Hold
porno.
on, man. This is the weird part of the story to break down. So they were borrowing a porno video off you.
Yeah.
And they were going to watch people act it out?
Yeah. So
How old were you at the time?
Oh, I would have been 16 or something. No, maybe, yeah, about 16.
So who was going to act it out?
Their friends. Their friends were acting it out. They were going to copy it.
Yeah, right. Okay.
So, yeah.
Fuck. That's interesting.
That's what they told me. And I said, oh, here's a videotape I found, right? You know, and I scratched off all the labels off it and that. And then anyway, so I handed it to them and then I gave it to them and then they dropped the fucking porno video off to mum on a Saturday on the weekend, right? And they said, oh, this is a video of Adam skateboarding and just lent it to us, you know, like and something like that. And then so Wes is like, I don't know, he must have been 7 or something like that, or 10 or whatever. I think it might have been 10. And then mum goes, oh, yeah, Saturday morning, let's just check Adam's video out. She puts it in the video player. And then comes up with like the pussycat syndrome or some shit like that. And fucking and then mum's all started to block the TV so Wes couldn't see what was going. Wes is like eyes lit up, goes, what the hell's like? What's this? And then, so she's blocking the TV and trying to push eject as far as good. I've never seen that videotape again after that. But I did get questioned about it.
Oh, that's funny. So I'd seen, that was my first porn thing because your mates dropped the thing. Oh, can you give this back to Adam? It's a videotape.
Yeah, I was at work. I'm like, oh, far out, man. Like, that was pretty funny, eh? Like, the other thing, just moving away from that, I remember going out to like sort of getting into the old band thing. I was we used to go out to, you know, the open mic nights and stuff, and then we'd often end up at Panthers. Go to Panthers tonight. Yep.
Yes.
And we'd end up Panthers late in the evening, and they had this new thing at Panthers at the time, and it was like a fast food thing. So you just go and put your money in and you get hot chicken nuggets. And it'd come out at the bottom like
a vending machine.
Vending machine, yeah. And it had seriously, it had like one of those styrofoam containers, like it'd come out, you just go boom, and there's your styrofoam container with hot chicken nuggets out of a vending machine.
Oh, how good would that be?
Oh man, it was it was wrong. But it said on the machine that you could actually eat the container.
What?
Right? Yeah, seriously, you could eat the container.
Eat the container?
Yeah. And so I looked at it, I read it, and it said it was made of like either corn syrup or it was like a ice cream cone kind of container. And so my mates would see me, like this is late at night, maybe we're sitting around a table having beers and stuff, and then I'd eat me chicken nuggets, and then I'd follow up by eating the styrofoam container, and they're just going, fuck, what the fuck you doing, man? I'm like, no, I'm hungry, hey.
So you're sitting there eating a styrofoam container.
Yeah. They
like an edible styrofoam.
Yeah, they thought it was styrofoam. I used to fucking spin everyone out. I'm like, yeah, no, I'm hungry, you know.
Oh, that's funny. That reminds me of like when I was in Amsterdam. They have a dude like inside the vending machine. The vending machine's like a couple of meters wide and it's got all these little pigeonholes. And he's just got like the deep fryer going, fucking cooking this, cooking that. And then you put your coin in and it like you can see through what's inside each little compartment. He's cooking it fresh. You get your chicken nuggets or you get your calamari rings or whatever and you just put your €2 or €3 in. It's unreal. Like, but it was all cooked fresh. It wasn't like there was a person inside the vending machine.
There was no one. There might have been a midget inside this machine.
Oh, that's a different place in Amsterdam.
But yeah, that kind of thing that you're saying in Amsterdam, that'd be. I would see eventually that's going to be all robots doing that. They'd have that now in certain restaurants and stuff where you can. Yeah. Overseas, it's all automated. It's like, man, it's crazy, but. Yeah, the other thing, like thinking of like crazy things that, you know, one of the things I think is really funny is like party tricks. Have anyone out there have any good party tricks that they like to spin people out?
I've got one.
Yeah.
I drink fucking shitloads of piss and vomit in the garden.
Oh yeah, well you know, but that reminds me also of like going out in the ocean after a massive night on the beach.
Don't.
Man,
I don't even need to be hungover when I'm going fishing, and if I'm out there on the waves, it's just no good for me. And I'm like, bleh. I went on a charter a couple of years ago, and it got cancelled because it was on the Sunday. Oh, it was on a Saturday, and the weather was shit. And then they said, "Oh, can you come Sunday morning?" I said, "Yeah, no worries." So we got Sunday morning, and then I drive back home.
There's been plenty of times.
I was living in Canberra, and then I literally. As soon as we got out there, I was like, yeah. Bleh,
yeah, I've been a burley bucket plenty of times.
Oh, man. 6 or 7 hours of me throwing up. I was still fishing. I caught.
You're a champion.
I was like blowing over once. He goes, if you're going to vomit, go that side. So just hold me rod, put the rod in the rod holder, go the other side of the boat, vomit over that side of the boat, come back, pick me right up. He goes, look, the skipper of the boat is like, I really like your passion. And you know what I caught? One fucking measly little flathead, about 30 centimetres. And we're deep sea fishing. We're just bottom bashing. But I'm like, what is going on? I catch more in my boat sitting there by myself fucking in the basin when I was living down the coast. And I went all charter, sick as a dog, fucking there, and got one shitty little fucking fish. And they all felt sorry for me. They gave me, but the bloke next to me, he got this massive snapper. This chick who's never been fishing in her life, she caught 28 fish. She was standing right next to me. That's 28 awesome. Fish. It's because I burleyed up for her. That was fucking what happened.
I remember going fishing out at I was down near Ebenezer. Is it Ebenezer or Hawkesbury River?
Oh, God.
And as a kid.
It's not a carp story again, is it?
No, not the carp, man. I can't believe that. Like, seriously, can't believe we ate that shit. But no, we went out. I went fishing with Dad and so we were out, I think it was Gary, Dad, Gary. And we went out in this boat and it was it was a beautiful day. And then we were out fishing all day and we caught about 4 fish. And then Dad's mates were out. I was only young, I was like 12 or something. And they were out, they got heaps of fish. And next thing you know, it just started pissing down rain. There was lightning. The whole water just started going choppy as fuck, and they told me to hide underneath the front of the boat. I'm like, I'm shitting myself. I'm just a kid, man. I had no idea. Like, it's like fucking. That was basically my apprenticeship, become a pirate. You know.
Yeah. I remember saying I went fishing with Dad and Matty and Jamie, and we were in Jervis Bay, and you walk through this sort of inlet thing at low tide, and we were out there all night just fishing. Caught nothing. Got one little fish. It was a ling. It was a shit fish.
Oh.
And by that stage, the tide had come in and it was getting dark. Next thing you know, where we walked through was completely underwater
Fuck.
So we couldn't just walk through it because there's waves crashing through it. Anyway, we got from one side of the rock and then jumped over, and then Buddy was only young, and then he come over, and as it grabbed him, he went bang and whacked his fucking balls straight on this rock. Oh, fuck! He's like, and then they're like walking through because there's still another kilometre walk through it was pitch black by that stage. It was just like another way of Dad just trying to kill us as a kid.
That reminded me of another time when I wagged school, because I used to wag at school a lot. Like, sorry, my parents. So I didn't spend much time at school. We went down to we went somewhere.
You've made up for it.
I know.
in your adult age.
Adult years. I ended up at university for way too long. But I ended up we were down the south coast. So just my mates love surfing, and I was still trying to surf, and we went camping on the beach. We found this really good spot, and it was like, so you walk down, and we found we could surf there, and then we'd go out and then come back, and the beach was fine. So we had this just when dome tents first came out. So we set the dome tent up, and then we went and collect some driftwood, and we had this fireplace, like fire pit going. It was fucking great. But where it was at the bottom of this mountain thing and a little cove, and we didn't realise that high tide hadn't been in yet. So we're about probably 3 o'clock in the morning, the whole tent started floating away. We woke up, like the fire was out. We woke up and it was basically...
You went camp and ended up on a cruise.
Yeah, and the water came into the tent and we were like, oh, shit. Grabbed the tent, we got up. And then as we finally got up we walked up a bit, the high tide came in, and all of the place that we stayed was full of water. There was no beach there anymore. It was gone. It was just a little cove part. And these are things you don't know sometimes. And I tell you what, sometimes trying to get a fire on the beach, you think you see it on the movies and stuff like Point Break. Let's go and sit on the beach and have a fire. It's fucking impossible sometimes. The wind and then you can't find the wood, and then you try to. Yeah. Oh man,
I hate it when you get drunk on the beach and you can't get wood.
Or sex on the beach. Yeah, that's fun.
Oh, have you ever had a beach wank?
No, I haven't done that. So you've done that, have you?
Yeah, I did. I went camping.
That's something for the fucking something to put in the.
The fuck it bucket. No, I fell asleep, and then there was all this ruckus going on the camp. Went fishing.
Oh, you had a wank break.
There was no one around. It was fucking 1 o'clock in the morning. Stood up and flopped it out, had a wank. It was great. Didn't catch any fish.
I'm glad you didn't catch anything, man. That was a good way not to catch anything. Like cabbage on your dick.
Yeah, no, we're not talking about that. We've already heard from my wife.
Ocean cabbage.
Yeah, but no, it was just the lonely fisher wank. So
no fucking hell.
Anyone who's got any good wanking stories?
I wonder if
send them to Adam. Send videos to Adam.
Seriously, no, don't send them to me. I don't want to see them. But I wonder if like fishermen, that's what they say to their wife. I'm going out fishing, and they're basically just wanking,
just going for a wank.
Yeah, and
wasn't there that weird thing where that bloke was fucking his missus with a fish?
Oh, I haven't heard of that one, man. What have you been watching?
Nah, it went viral. He full fucking stuck a fish upper. And it went fucking viral. It's like, oh.
What smells like fish and tastes like fish?
Well, it's going to taste like fucking rainbow trout.
Oh, fucking
yeah, hell. I know. Whatever gets you off, mate. Yeah.
But, I'm just like, we're talking, we got the phone, man. I think it's your shout for the carton now. Your phone keeps going beep.
Fuck
beep,
you. You owe
beep,
me 20 cartons.
Beep, 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 beep. Yeah, no, I'll tell you what talking about, like, just changing the subject a bit, the topic, but...
what, from beach wanking to what?
To what I was mentioning before, like your favourite party tricks. I don't know. We always digress on certain things when we're on the Raw SOS podcast.
I'll tell you who's got a problem is our dad. He's like, what's going on? We're about to run out. So we've got to go and have a break now because the Panthers are just running out.
Wes is going to have a wank break.
No, I'm not having a wank break. We're just going to go. It's Friday 13th and it's Panthers versus Roosters. So we're going to go watch the game and we will come back to you after the game with probably a game wrap up and we will be way more drunk.
And we will continue with the party stories after that.
And beach wanking.
All right.
So we're come back just from watching the Panthers. Fucking victorious over the Roosters.
Yes, of course. Go the Panthers.
Go the mighty Panthers. Let's put them to the test.
The mighty Panthers. Cheers, bud.
All right, we've heard enough of that. No one really wants to hear that sort of shit. But yes, we did win the semi-final today, and we've.
Hey, Wes, what about the outro for this podcast?
No, what we need to do is
Did we record one last night?
So we're sober now. Well, I'm still a little bit inebriated from last night, but we try and do the outros and the intros the next day because we don't know what we're going to talk about, actually. Like we write it down on paper, but it never actually comes to...
We try to script some of the things, but
so we're just going to go back into our drunk state.
Oh, fuck, all right, man.
We probably should wrap this up now.
Oh, what time is it? 3 o'clock in the fucking morning?
Our 1 hour podcast is taking 7 hours again, so we probably should wrap this up, guys. So please come back next week.
Anyway,
I'm drunk.
The outro, I mean, like last night was Wes had, we'll give you a little bit of description. He had the big screen set up on the. Did we talk about that last night, Wes? I don't remember.
I don't know, but it's boring now.
I know, but
everything's fun when you're drunk.
Yeah, he had a big AV screen set up in the backyard and 5 hit, and we watched Panthers just
annihilate the Roosters.
Yeah,
and we did talk about that bit. But anyway,
thanks for sticking around.
We're going to wrap this up, and we have been talking for 4 hours, 14 hours.
Thanks for sticking around for Friday 13th episode. Number
700.
And we're just going to find the last bit. Oh, no, we need an outro sound video. That's good enough. But
thanks for listening, guys. We hope you've had a great Friday the 13th. And just check us out. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook.
That sounds like Wes having a shit this morning.
Don't forget to auto-download the episode. So that help us out. And give us a like on YouTube. We've now got videos on YouTube. So check us out, guys. Thanks for listening.
We're on all apps, iHeartRadio, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, we're on everything. We're even on your mum's face.
Yeah, just go.
Not your mum's face, but that'd be weird.
Yeah. Anyway, enjoy your rest of your week, guys.
Yes.
And hopefully we'll give you a good laugh. If you listen
on Monday, don't worry. The weekend's not too far away. It'll be back again next weekend. And we will be recording from China next week.
Yeah. Woo!
2 brothers on the piss, having a blast. Drinking, chatting, talking shit. It's a podcast. Pour a drink, pull up a chair. Lots of laughs and stories to share.
Yeah.